Hi guys, welcome to Dr. Lou's Low Carb Diet. I'm Dr. Lou. Now, today we're looking at ketosis. What is ketosis? What is the process? And we want to know the science behind it. Because if we know the science, we know it's 100% in concrete works. Now, you're going to be probably embarking, you might be curious on going on a keto diet. I can tell you 100% it works. It won't work if you're someone who has a very weak willpower. So, if you can't do without your chocolate or your sugar, and your sweet zangs or stuff like this, then you're going to find it a bit of a hard diet to do. If you're happy being full with lots of meat or with lots of egg and lots of salad and lots of fish and chicken, all these type of things, then yes, it will probably suit you. The main takeaway is as well, yes, after you do it for a little while, you can actually have keto snacks that give you that same feeling of sweets and so on. But you have to be confident enough to only stick to what the things you can eat are. You can always tell someone who can't do the diet. They'll swear blind, oh, it doesn't work for me. I'm afraid that's because you ate carbs or sugar. You did something that broke you out. Now, this is the reality. If it's a diet that you want and you will commit to, it will work amazingly well. You just need to know the certain rules in keto, as well as some, tripwires on the way. This is now going into how it works scientifically. It's going to break down the process. But first, what we need to do is we need to look at what you're doing now. If you're eating carbs, the process that is, and then how it changes to keto production. The first thing that we're going to do here, so if I put this up, so I'll put this up on here and you can see now what happens when you eat fat and carbs together. Right, so here we go. You can see down here, you eat a meal containing fat plus carbs. The carbs are digested into glucose. So basically it takes usually part in your intestine, and they will go in there and be turned into glucose and then come out into your blood. Blood sugar rises and insulin is released. And insulin, the hormone, is released. So your pancreas releases that hormone. Now, as insulin is released, that is sending signals around your body, and they happen very quickly. The body uses glucose for energy first. So it takes all those glucose. Insulin is signaling to say, take me into the cells. And so that all the glucose goes into the cell. And it goes, fantastic, loads of energy, let's make ATP. And ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Now, adenosine triphosphate is the main energy molecule in the body. It's chemical energy. So you move overwards and you then understand that insulin signals the body to store excess fat. So as you're making all this stuff for glucose, and you're making it all, to burn it and put it out of your body, sending the signal, all this stuff, all this is occurring to use glucose. So fat is still there, being absorbed by your body. And the insulin level tells your body, store it, don't touch it. So all goes into your fat storage, okay? So you have it in your cells as triglyceride, and those triglycerides are in your adipose fat tissue. So when it's there, it just sits there. Why? Because if you've got tons of energy, what do? It's a rainy day. So if it's a rainy day, you get that tons of energy. Is it a rainy day? No, you've got tons of glucose now. We're going to burn that. Why waste the storage energy? So the main idea there is then you just keep building up all your fat storage. And then as you just keep replacing the glucose, your body's like, well, hey, why would I need to use my fat storages? I'm going to store it for a big disaster, because then I'm going to have tons of fat. Then you can see here, dietary fat is not burned. So fat burn is turned off because insulin is high. So your insulin is that main cause why it's turned off. Now, excess fat is stored as body fat. So it's there in your adipose fat tissue. Yeah, and then what happens is you have a picture here. You can see before a meal and after a meal. So the whole main idea there is you can understand that fat is all being pumped in and filling up your cells, and that's why you're getting bigger. Okay, and in modern diets, unfortunately, there's so much glucose or starches coming out and all these things that get converted into glucose, then unfortunately you just get fatter and fatter, and that's how it works. Now, key point, when carbs are present in sufficient quantity, the body prioritizes burning glucose and stores the fat as body fat. So that's exactly what's happening. That's if you're sitting there going, why am I getting bigger? Well, it's because nature, and we've been blessed in the sense that we've got tons and tons of food. Plentiful. There's absolutely no way you can turn around and say, okay, what a hard world. No, it's not. We've got a fantastic, plentiful, supply of food, and that's why. Okay, guys, so what you can see here, fat to ketones, the process. So, low carbs and fasting. Carbohydrate intake is low or fasted state begins. Keto is like fasting. So here we go, low blood glucose. So the low blood sugar down, insulin decreases. Your pancreas stops producing insulin, or it produces a small amount of insulin, to be more accurate. Decreased insulin in the body. What does that do? That sends a signal to your body. Oh no, we have no energy, quick energy. Take out the fat reserves. And that's exactly what you do. You go and you take out the fat reserves from your cells. So you have triglycerides in your stored body fat in adipose tissue. So what you do is you then release that out. So the triglycerides are broken down and they come out as two parts. They come out as fatty acids and glycerin. Then what happens is your glycerin is usually not utilized that much, but it goes to your liver and it can be used for gluconeogenesis. And so that means making glucose from it, but it doesn't really use it in a massive amount. It's tiny if it's doing it at all at that time. So it's only a small amount if it's needed. Then what happens is the fatty acids that were there, they're going around your blood as well. This is the interesting thing. So those fatty acids are your major energy now. So they all go to your body tissues, all off there, and they're all going there and empowering all of the tissue, all of your major muscles and everything like this to give you energy. So that's your main fuel, and that's why you lose loads of fat. But ketones, this is why. Your ketones can't enter your nervous system or your central and peripheral nervous system to give energy, and that's your brain here and your nervous system, spinal cord. So you need something else. How do we deal with it? Ketones. So what happens is you're burning fat, and then those fatty acids, some of them go to your liver and they get converted into ketones. Once they're converted into ketones, you have the energy you need. What happens first is one is produced, which is called acetoacetate, which is a precursor to the other two. So you make that first, and then after you have acetoacetate, you will then go over to make one called beta hydroxybutyrate, or BHB, which is its acronym. And then when you go down, you have another one, which is called acetone. Now, well then, what happens now is that the BHB goes to your brain and other tissue as well, used as energy. Acetone and acetoacetate can be used as energy and can be in small areas, but they're usually removed from the body. So acetone usually comes out in your breath, and acetoacetate comes out in your urine. So that's why if you want to check on your ketones for your keto diet, you can use your blood, which is for beta hydroxybutyrate, and that's with a ketone meter. You can use your urinalysis strips, and that's for your acetoacetate in your urine. And you can use a breathalyzer, ketone breathalyzer, for acetone, and that's how it tells you. You can also spot it as well in your breath, because your breath comes out sometimes a bit fruity. That's because of acetone. So guys, that's what's occurring with ketones. So the ketones are there. So you can see here, fatty acids to liver. Fatty acids travel to the liver bound to albumin. Then ketone production in the liver. Fatty acids are converted into ketones, and you can see the three main there. You've got on the diagram, and then they just go into the blood and off around your blood to go where they can to give you energy and where fatty acids cannot go. So there's the main summary at the bottom there, guys, for you. In your liver, ketones come from your liver and go off in your blood to be used for fuel, mostly wanted there in the brain, and then muscles and heart. So that's the way it goes. And don't forget, the ketone doing that mostly is BHB, or beta hydroxybutyrate. That is the process of ketosis. So I hope it's been informative for you guys. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments. But please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.